Yesterday I lost the battle, trying at all costs. So
hey y'all, welcome to the lane. My name is Lisa, and in today's video we are going to be setting the tone for my home by adding in some fall touches here on my entryway table. Now you guys are probably like, girl, we have already seen your fall decor. You have already set the tone. And I know we've already decorated the kitchen and the living room and all of those things. I usually start here, but this year I was having some difficulties, y'all. But we are here now and we are going to get this tone started.
another chance, take my hand and let me have this dance.
Now, this entryway table has two levels, as you guys can see. And today I am starting with this bottom shelf. I finally found a vintage picnic basket at the Goodwill, y'all. This basket was $5.99, and I couldn't believe it when I saw it. So we are just going to start with that basket because it brings in a lot of texture, and it also is a place for some storage. Then I added in a print down here, a fall print that I printed off of Etsy in a DIY frame that I also picked up from the Goodwill. Here I am adding in some autumnal touches by adding in the pumpkins. I couldn't decide which pumpkins I wanted to add here, but I went with these. Well, this one right here, this one I picked up from Hobby Lobby on my way out of the store one day. I was like, oh my God, what a cute pumpkin. And then these right here that I'm adding in now, I've had them for a couple of years now. I picked those up from Aldi's, and I just painted them a different color. Now that that bottom level is finished, we are going to go ahead and move on to this top level. And I am starting with these vessels that I picked up from Magnolia. And this was the holdup, you guys. I knew I wanted these vessels as soon as I saw them going around on YouTube, y'all. I need to stay off of YouTube, I know. But they sold out, and then they came back in stock during the Labor Day weekend. I got them. The large one was fine, but the smaller one was broke. So I had to, get a replacement. And here we are. We are finishing up this entryway table. Now, putting in those stems, I love those stems. Those are some stems that I picked up from Michael's this year. And truth be told, y'all, I could have probably went to the field that I go to and picked these up myself, because I know that this is something that I could have just grabbed out of the field walking. But instead I chose to pick these up from Michael's. Now that we have our branches in for a natural earthy feel, I am going to be adding in this book for a little bit of height, and then I'm going to be adding in a little gold frame with my little tiger in there. That was his last year's pumpkin picture. And we are just adding that in for a personal and whimsical touch. I am then going to be adding in a candle from the Target Magnolia line this year. Is it Magnolia line or Hearth and Hand line? You guys know what I mean. And then I am going to be adding in the little leaf dish from Pottery Born. And the last thing I'm going to be adding to this entryway table is a candle snuffer that I picked up off of Amazon with the recommendation of one of my friends here on YouTube. Now, it did come in a rose gold shade, but I DIY'd it into the style that I like in my home. All right, y'all, so I was getting ready to shoot my B-roll footage, and this area right here is bothering me. I do not like this empty spot right here. So I do not have a fancy lamp or anything like that to put here, or even another vase. And I didn't want to put candle holders here because I have this candle right here. So what I'm going to do is put my witch over here, you guys. So those who know me and have been with me for a while know that I love Halloween. Halloween is coming up. I am going to use her here on the console table, I'm sure of it. So we might as well go ahead and put her here for some extra added height. And I want to fill up this space over here. So this is what we are going to be doing here today. And I actually love her right here. I think she fits in really well. Moving on to this cabinet, we are going to be starting by placing in some of my vintage pieces that I had on my hutch. I am just moving them over here to this cabinet because we are getting ready to decorate the hutch for Halloween, and I don't want to have too much of the vintage pieces in there, but come back for that video, y'all, to see how that's going to turn out. On the second shelf, I am adding in my vintage pictures, and then I'm going to just be placing in some whimsical florals in the pictures to add in our greenery for the shelf. To finish off the triangle that I'm adding into the cabinet, I am adding more vintage jugs that I took from my little nook hutch. Now that the triangle is complete, I am going to be putting in some filler pieces, and the first thing that I'm starting with is this little lamp that I picked up from Target. I'm not even going to repeat myself, y'all, but you can guess which collection this is from. I hate to keep sounding like a broken record, y'all. Then I added in a frame, a picture that I downloaded from Etsy. It's a fall print. And then I'm adding in some vintage books down at this bottom shelf. And then I'm going to be adding on top of those books this little cute pumpkin, y'all, that I found at a thrift store. It is so adorable, and it's going to be bringing in the wine color that I have chosen to use this year along with brown. So I felt like I needed to add in a little bit more, you guys. I am a little bit Aunt Agatha, and then I'm a little bit Elise Keaton mixed in together. So when it comes to my decorating, y'all, I have no rules. I don't follow rules. I like what I like, and that's how I like to decorate. I'm a little bit kooky, I'm a little bit whimsy, and let's have fun, y'all. Let's not be so constricted when it comes to decorating our homes. If you like it, I like it. If you love it, I love it. Now, I did end up switching out the little pumpkin from this bottom shelf, and I added in these little pomegranates that I picked up from the Target Bullseye section, and then I added in that little gold pomegranate, and I picked that up from Ross. And then on the top shelf, I added in the pumpkin, and then I added in the little gold apple that I also picked up from Ross. Onto the coffee table, I'm keeping it really simple. I'm just adding in a book, and then on top of the book I added in the little pumpkin that I picked up from Aldi's a few years ago, and then this wooden bowl I picked up from Target, and I just absolutely love it, y'all. I just feel like I can't get rid of it. And my little guy is adding in some apples that I picked up. Are those apples? Yeah, those are apples that I picked up from Home Goods. All right, friends, that is how I styled my entryway table, my coffee table, and my little cabinet for my formal living room, as they say. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give this video a like, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't, and as always, I hope you're having a great day and or a great week whenever you're watching today's video. And I will talk to you in the next one. Bye, y'all.